What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Anatomia, entitled Corporeal Torment. This is released on Dark Descent Records, Misako Unoho Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Tokyo, Japan, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very dark, morbid, pathological hybrid of both death metal and doom metal. Yeah. When it comes to death doom metal, Anatomia is probably one of the most consistent, most recognizable, and most reliable names when it comes to this genre of extreme metal. This band has a knack for putting out a lot of material within many years' time. Whether it be full-length material, split releases with some very notable death metal bands, to their album cover arts with very lush, vivid imagery, and songs and lyrics that have somewhat of a violent gore sort of nature to them, to their really, really consistently heavy music. Anatomia are a great, great band. And of course, like I mentioned, this band has some really, really solid full-length albums, like their debut, Dissected Humanity. My favorite album of theirs, 2012's Decaying in Obscurity, and the last full length we had heard from them in 2017 with Cranial Obsession. All really solid albums in their own respective rights, but like I said, I think Decaying in Obscurity is their best work as far as full lengths are concerned. And like I also mentioned, this band also has a knack for putting out lots and lots of split material. And I mean a lot of split material. I mean, I can name a who's who of bands this Anatomia have done splits with the likes of bands such as Coffins, Awful, Interment, Shambles, Undergang, Burial Invocation, Absconder. The list goes on and on. This band always has split material with some of the best names in death metal, whether they be new or old bands. This band is always consistent when it comes to that sort of realm. But now in 2021, Anatomia are back, and we have a full-length album from them. This is their fourth full-length, entitled Corporeal Torment. It's 4 tracks, and it clocks in at around 41 and a half minutes in length. And if I'm not mistaken, this is probably the shortest album of Anatomia's full-length discography. But with this being a shorter, more complex album, you still get what you best know Anatomia for. Extremely heavy music, really low bellowing vocals, and just an overall sense of craziness going on. That's what makes this album worth repeat listens, and that's what makes this one of the best things Anatomia has done in quite some time. Musically, this is the typical tour de force that Anatomia know how to do, and that is take some absolutely destructive guitar riffs, pair that with some loud and rattling bass, and you get some absolutely wonderful musicianship. I mean, you hear it from the opening moments of Dismemberment to later tracks like Despaired Void, and of course, the big chunk of the second half of this record with Mortem. It's an almost 21-minute long song, and you get the absolute best of Anatomia's musical stylings all in that one extremely long track. Incredible guitar work, incredible riffs that are very memorable and stay stuck in your head. They definitely are why they are considered one of the best death and doom metal bands, because of the incredible guitar riffs this band delivers. Like I said, I also think the bass work on here is very good too. Very well toned, very well played, and definitely holds its own amongst the riffs that appear throughout this entire album. The drumming on here is very good too. Typical sort of death metal doom drumming. Very well paced, very well executed. It doesn't go too fast or too slow. It's in that nice little medium of just being straightforward, not too fast. I absolutely love this drum performance a lot, especially once again going to the track Mortem. The great stamina of being in a 21-minute long track is just death-defying, and I absolutely love that about that drum performance. When it comes to the vocals are very awesome too. I love this guy's voice. I love the gutturals, booming, bellowing, guttural sort of low end of this vocalist. It's almost monster-like hearing him say the words that he does, and just making you feel captivated listening to everything that he says. I think this is a very, very powerful vocal performance, and that is another thing that really makes Anatomia stand out amongst the pack when it comes to death doom metal bands, is having a really awesome voice to guide you through all these really, really crazy moments. Like I said, this is an album that's worth repeated listens. This definitely has the maintainability of being played over and over again. If you're a fan of what Anatomia has done, I would definitely recommend you check out Corporeal Torment. This is definitely just as awesome as anything this band has been putting out over the years. Definitely one of the great death doom bands of the 2000s, and probably one of the best death doom bands, period. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Dark Descent Records Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally, and it should be available in a wide multitude of physical formats, CD, cassette, 12-inch vinyl. I believe Dark Descent is handling the CD version, with Misaku Unoho doing the vinyl version. So again, the album is Corporeal Torment by Anatomia. This is released on Dark Descent Records, Misaku Unoho Records. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Anatomia continue their long-standing consistency with being one of the best Japanese extreme metal bands to ever exist. So if you've happened to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to their previous releases. Or any of you guys into Anatomia, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Hell out.